So I want to thank Cotunaudio very much for having me. Thanks for the invitation. Happy to be in Seoul and happy to start working soon together. So I brought a little presentation about Inakustik because some might know us, some don't. And I want to answer 3 questions like why Inakustik, who is Inakustik, and why on earth do we need another cable brand? And maybe to start off who we are. We are from Germany. We are almost on the market, almost for 50 years. Even for some customers who haven't heard about us, we pretty much know what we are doing. We are specialized in cables. We are located in the south west of Germany, very close to France and to Switzerland. We have complete product development in-house. We have the marketing in-house. We have the assembly and the cable factory in-house. We are family-owned business. Family-owned business meaning we are not thinking about this year and next year only and figures. We're also thinking about the next generation already. The dream of Inakustik owner right now is to become 100 years old, like the company 100. What do we have to do now that we have a chance as Inakustik to become 100? I won't be there to see it. I will turn 50 next year, so but that's for the second next generation, and that's a good feeling to work for a company who thinks long term. What also differentiates us, we're not only a cable manufacturer, we're also a music label. So we know how it sounds when the artist creates music, when he performs live, when he performs in the studio. And on the domestic market, we also distribute loudspeaker and electronic to be a little bit more interesting for the German-speaking dealers. The heart of the company nowadays is the assembly area. And we call him Happy Worker because he's smiling all the time. Actually, we have to pay him a lot of money when the pictures are taken, so he's happy. No, just kidding. He's a really happy worker. And the core now is the product assembly. It's like we have a unique technology. We make everything in Germany. We do all the testing. And when we do the safety test for every cable, the result is connected to the serial number. So when it leaves our factory and it's shipped to all over the world, the customer can see, hey, when it's produced, by whom it is produced, and was it in good condition. We have high voltage machines. We have all the testing. We do crimping. We don't solder. Only the XLR cables we solder. This is very unique technology from us. So this was the cable assembly where we assemble the cables. And we also have in-house a cable factory. And from my perspective, we are the only cable brand who have their own cable factory inside the company group. Many others, I would say, they have factory partners outside. And the reason why we have the own cable factory, they're called Braun Cable, is very simple. The founder of Inakustik, after 20 years in the mid-90s, he sold the company. Back then, Braun Cable produced 90% of their sales for Inakustik. And what do you do if your biggest customer sells the company? You have no other choice than to buy it. On the one hand now, we have the cable factory in-house. We are owned. Braun Cable is the majority owner. But they're also a very healthy company. They produce 90% outside of hi-fi in sensoric cable, industry cable, robotic cable, and only 10% for hi-fi. So we have a lot of knowledge inside and a very healthy company. The idea, this is our product developer, Holger, the idea is always to come as close as possible to the original. Like when there's live music or when there's an amplifier, a speaker, we don't want to change anything. We want to come as close as possible to the original. We don't want to change or add anything. This distinguishes us from many others on the market. We use air as dielectric. This is standalone technology. We have the wires are, for example, are coated in lacquer so that there's no oxidation or eddy current. But it means when we connect it to the connector, we have to take off the lacquer. And we do that by manually by sandpaper, for example. We don't use chemicals. But this is just one part, is the air. Basically, when we develop products, it's all about physics. We don't want to do voodoo, and if some people ask us, hey, what's the technology inside? We can clearly show the technology. We're very open. With many others, I would say, cables come from a spool, they put a fantastic connectors on it, and when you ask them, hey, what's inside? What's the secret? What's the technology? They say, oh, I can't tell you, I have to kill you, it's company secret. But here you see, it's very open. We don't say everything, but we're pretty much open and show what we are. And as it's based on physics, it all makes sense. I learned today that Cotunódió owner is a studied engineer, so you know what we're talking about. It's all handmade by Inakustik, air technology, and it's all based on physics. We say we want to make physics audible, that you can hear it. And we also don't say, hey, Inakustik sounds better. We say, hey, there's a difference. If someone asks us, do cables make difference? We say yes, but it's you to decide if you like the difference, if you're willing to spend some money on it. And if customers say, oh, I don't like, well, totally okay. This example shows a little bit what is different from us. Like those cables, basically this is the 4005. This is the pure silver version, but it's this size of cable. We have in copper and silver. How much attention to details it is. It's not coming from a spool. 2 times 3 meter consists of 355 different spare parts. When you take all the copper wires and put it all together, it comes up to 4.6 kilometers length of wire. And if you take the filament, like the black jacket that's around, and take out all the small strands, it comes to 1,723 meters. And the workers, because they put the clips by clip and then put the wires through the holes, they have to put the wires through 1,904 holes. So a worker needs approximately 1.5 days minimum to produce one of the cables, 2 times 3 meter. So if customers ask, hey, Inakustik, it's not so cheap, it's quite expensive. Yes, but it's not because it comes from a spool, we put a connector on and put on a crazy price. No, we really have 1.5 days labor hours to pay the material, so it's really worth. And also Inakustik needs to pay 40 people, so we also need a little bit of margin as well. An interesting story, last year we introduced a cable on the market that is, I'm not good with Korean won, this is crazy much amount of thousands, but I can only speak about US dollar or euro pricing. We came up with a cable, pure silver, worth of almost 100,000 euros, 100,000 US retail price. I can only imagine how much won this will be. But the market demanded, the market in North America asked us, hey, we need something very special. And for example, 20 years ago, we started the first more expensive cable, and it was around 500 euros, 500 US dollars retail. And we thought, 500 US dollars retail, this is very expensive. No one will buy it. It's just for marketing. Of course, people bought it. And over 20 years, we came to 8,000 euro retail cables, to 30,000, and now to 90,000. We have a copper version also from the 8005. We sold already in some Asian countries, Malaysia, China, etc. Maybe also one day here in Korea. But that's the development, step by step, all based on physics. And we never could imagine 20 years ago that we could end up in this kind of price range. By the way, also what distinguishes us, we also have regular, normal entry-level products, cables on spool, HDMI cables for, I would say, around 15, 18 euros retail. So we don't only have this high-end range, but also a reasonable, affordable range. Everything we do, no one needs to survive. Like we produce products like hi-fi listening, it's for passion. You don't need to survive. You need maybe something to eat, or a roof, or clothing. And this is a statement of a German guy building violins. And when he first listened to the Stradivari is like the most famous violin, maybe you've heard. And what he described when he first listened to it, this describes a little bit what we try to achieve, to feel goosebumps when you listen to music, to create a special atmosphere. And when you can achieve this with a hi-fi system, listening to music, I think that's the best result you can have. We tend to speak a lot about the air technology, but this air technology is just one part of it. Also, we develop our own connectors. Like, for example, we have a special XLR connector that is adjustable by 45 degrees, and the other side also 45 degrees, because with these XLR cables, you have short cables, less space, and sometimes it's a lot of pressure, especially when the socket is the other way around, and you have a 1 meter cable. There's a lot of pressure on the cable. You can release it. So we also think about the best possible connector. Also here, we have a system where we release the pressure for the speaker, the banana and the spade, put the right angle, because sometimes there's a lot of weight on it, release the pressure, set the right angle, fix it. So we think from connector to connector. It's not only the air cables, the air technology. We started 2 years ago with power products. We have CE certified power products, power cables, filters, stations. We have our own laser engraver, meaning when we put the brand name and the serial number, we have the own laser. We just sold a 8005 copper version to Belgium, where the customer wanted to have his own name on the splitter. So we laser engraved his name. We can also put on a special Cotunódió edition, I love Cotunódió or something, whatever you can put on it, I love Sven from Germany. I don't know, whatever the customer wants, we can do. We also have a small range of custom installation cables. Depending on the market, we have all our speaker cables that we sell on spool, made in Germany, and we also have it on spool, except the air and the micro air, that's only assembled. We have a fiber optical HDMI range, we have an MPO range, we have antenna cable, flame retardant cable for some building projects, for example. And what distinguishes us as well is we own music label, and the music label I think was found in 1986. We do have audiophile compilations of HQ, like high quality or ultra high quality disc. They're produced in Japan, basically. The LPs, we work with the German pressing plant, and we also have brand compilations, how we call it. For example, I know you guys are doing ELAC. We have like one LP and CD together with ELAC, where they promote the brand and we put the music on. We have Clear Audio and many others, brand compilations. And for this year high-end show in Munich, we introduced master tapes. It's a niche market, but there are still some people who love analog sound, and they have these big tape machines, and those guys are desperately looking for content. And we have content already, like audiophile recordings, and we bring more and more. So in case you guys have some customers who have these tape machines, they're looking for master tapes, we have content there. I'm skipping this because on domestic market we are also selling some speaker and electronics to be a little bit more interesting for the market, for the dealers. But maybe some interesting facts behind the scene. By now, I would say a lot of distributors and dealers know Inakustik in many countries, but it doesn't mean that all the end consumers know us. And especially in Korea, where we haven't been that present over the years. There might be a lot of end customers who say, oh, is it a serious company? Can I trust them? Even if they trust Cotunaudio, it might be helpful to give them some extra figures. I mean, we sell our products in over 40 countries worldwide. So that's I would say, a good fact. 70% of our sales come outside of the German-speaking area, so we are quite established in export. The biggest market is in Asia, I would say, like Hong Kong, China, Thailand, Taiwan. The biggest market 20 years ago was Japan, when we sold a lot of spools. Back then, the company name was different, was Monitor PC. Maybe some of the guys heard it. But nowadays, everything is marketed under Inakustik. We work with very selective dealers on domestic market, and also I know from our distributors that we work very selective, because we want also to protect the brand and keep it. Work with guys who do serious business. We have around 40 people working for us. We were almost 50 years on the market, founded in 1977. We have a quite big warehouse where we have a lot of assembled products, a lot of products on spool, all the CDs, LPs available. In the meantime, the biggest department is the assembly department. And once we hire someone, they stay with us. That's a good sign. Like in average, people work for Inakustik 16 years. I joined Inakustik 18 years ago. And this guy, Martin, my colleague from the warehouse, is working for us for 35 years. Yeah. I would say most of the companies who sell in our price range, it's very hard to find bad hi-fi in that price range. Most of the products are excellent, are good. It depends on nuances, what customers prefer in sound. But I would say very important is also not only the products, but it's always the people behind. Are they reliable? Do you like working with them? And I would say most of my colleagues I'm working with are nice people. I'm not saying, I'm just kidding. They're all good people. This part is the warehouse and the assembly area. And what we always forget to put in the company presentation, we also work with up to 6 to 8 people from an organization called Caritas, which is an organization by the church, and they work with handicapped people. So, and we work with them for 25 years. And for example, they put all the clips together and the wires through. It's done by handicapped people. They're very proud when they learn that what they do is sold in Asia, in North America. They're very happy about it. And it's something where we say that Inakustik pays back the social responsibility to the country. Yeah. One thing is to develop good quality products. The other thing, also what Cotunaudio does very well, is to speak about it, to spread the news. And for example, a few years ago we started with online webinars. This has nothing to do with videos where we say, oh, we want to sell. No, this is more content for the audiophile lovers. We started in German. Nowadays, many of the webinars we also recorded in English. If you go on our website, /webinars, inakustik.com/webinars, it's not like a video. You can apply and 15 minutes later you can watch it. Some topics, for example, is how to set up speakers correctly, or what's the difference, wireless or wired, or are there cable signal losses measurable? So things people are interested, and you can also recommend to some customers in Korea. Also, we started some years ago our own YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram to spread news and content about our products and what we do. And last but not least, we have a lot of international press, not necessarily from Korea yet, but we put everything we have there, which is up to date, on the website. We have also a lot of press from Asian countries. And it gives also awards, and it gives the customer a good feeling. Say, hey, when he buys an Inakustik, yeah, it's a long term on the market. They know what they're doing, respected brand, and it's a good decision. And normally, when you buy a cable from us, you never see it again because it doesn't break. It's working well. So this is what differentiated us, who we are, what we do, and why. Hopefully, I could answer the question why Korea might need a new cable brand. A lot of arguments. So thank you very much for your time.